Chapter 1. The Watercolor Painting Essentials. The choices available can often confuse the novice who first sets foot in the world of watercolors. Buy the best tools that money can buy, as quality matters when it comes to painting. There are hundreds of types of brands of paints, paper, and brushes to choose from. The tools of the craft. Number 1. Paints. Colors fall into two basic categories: cool colors and warm colors. Having the basic colors or primary colors, blue, red, yellow, in both the types is enough to have access to the complete color palette. Artists' colors have a lot more transparency of pigments and visual brilliance. For this reason, consider purchasing artists' colors over the student colors. If you can afford it, then consider purchasing the following colors: alizarin crimson, lemon yellow, ultramarine blue, and ivory black. Watercolor artists never use white. The white of the paper is used in the place of white pigment. Number 2. Paper. The papers used for watercolors typically fall into one of two categories: handmade and machine-made. 3 surface types comprise machine-made paper: hot-pressed, rough, and cold-pressed. Rough paper differs from pressed paper in that rough paper is textured and has a grainy effect, while the hot-pressed paper has a smooth surface. The texture of cold-pressed paper is not as rough-pressed paper, but is more textured than hot-pressed paper. Handmade paper is a great medium because of its durability and texture. Make sure to inspect the thickness of the paper. You do not need to stretch thicker paper before using it. When purchasing paper, be sure to note whether or not it is acid-free. Acid damages paper over time. Thin paper should be stretched before you start painting on it. Stretching involves putting the paper under running water or in a clean bathtub for about 5 minutes so that the paper is wet evenly. Next, dry the paper on a flat board and staple it around the edges. The resulting painting surface is a more taut, flat surface. This creates a stable surface on which to paint. Number 3. Brushes. Choose brushes based on their type and shape. The best quality watercolor brushes, and also the most expensive, are the ones made from the Kolinsky sable from Russia. Sable, squirrel, or synthetic sable materials comprise the more common brush materials. Natural, hair-made brushes are often more effective at absorbing water and holding paint, making them superior to other brushes. The different shapes include round, pointed, flat, brights, stipplers, egberts, daggers, and fans. You can determine the quality of a brush by how effectively the brush recovers its original shape after stroking. Find a brush with a sharp point, which allows you to be more surgical in your painting. It should be able to hold color, resulting in a more even flow of colors as you paint. Invest in good quality brushes of the following types: 2 flat brushes of 1 inch and 1/2 inches. Round brushes of number 3, 6, and 10. These should be great to start out with. Number 4. Palette. Choose a palette that holds paint and water seamlessly. The material for the palette can range from ceramic, metallic, or plastic, and should be white in color so that the right shades can be easily created and seen. The different kinds of palettes. Ceramic palettes. It is a good material to buy as it is easy to clean and does not stain. Ceramic palettes clean easy and do not stain, so they make a good material. The palette should have hollows to mix the colors and a well to hold the water. Ceramic palettes are relatively heavy, so it will break if you drop it. Butcher trays. Use these metallic enameled trays for modern paintings. They allow for the creation of unique colors because of their color runs. Folding palettes. Carrying these palettes around is a breeze, making them ideal for outdoor painting. You can also store colors in the built-in cover when you are not using it. These are long-lasting and a good investment for outdoor painting activities. Consider investing in folding palettes. Plastic palettes. Many qualities of plastic palettes exist. If you decide to go with a plastic palette, then avoid buying a cheap one because they are brittle and stain easy. Miscellaneous items. Always keep the following supplies on hand: water, a rag cloth, a sponge, some tissues, an eraser, and a sharpened pencil. Once you develop the necessary skills and discipline, consider picking up some other supplies like metallic brushes, knives, or whatever other supplies you need.